Dear students, in the past few classes, we have been studying about Guptas. As a continuation of that, we will today also will be studying about Guptas. In this class, we will study about the industry during the Gupta period, the trade and commerce during the Gupta period, and the improvement of culture, art and architecture during the Gupta period. Do, During the Gupta period, next to agriculture, mining and metallurgy were very important industries. Amarasimha, Varahamihira, and Kalidasa, all these scholars, contemporary scholars during the Gupta period, mention about the mining and metallurgy of the Guptas. Iron ore was taken from Bihar and copper from Rajasthan region. The Gupta period people were familiar with metals like gold, copper, tin, lead, brass, bronze, bell metal, mica, manganese, antimony, red chalk, and red arsenic. Next to agriculture, blacksmiths were very important in the society. With the help of these metals, the metallurgists and the blacksmiths they manufactured domestic implements, utensils, and weapons. Because of increase in the iron ore, the amount of plows, the number of plows also increased. Mehrauli iron pillar of Chandragupta II is a great example of the state of art in metallurgy during the Gupta period. Of course, you all know about this Mehrauli iron pillar. The Mehrauli iron pillar is in Delhi. It is in Mehrauli region. In Mehrauli region, we have a medieval Indian architectural marvel that is the Qutub Minar. Very adjacent to this Qutub Minar, you have this Mehrauli iron pillar standing. And this Mehrauli iron pillar, though exposed to nature, to rain, to heat, it has not rusted and neither it has lost its smoothness. So, this iron pillar is a good example of the state of art of metallurgy during the Gupta period. Again, the statues of Buddha, the the metal statues they made of Buddha also stand example for this, the metallurgical supremacy of the Guptas. Trade and commerce was another important industry. The traders contributed to the prosperity of Gupta economy. There were two types of traders, one Shresti and two Sartavaha. Shresti traders were traders who settled in one place. Sartavaha traders were traders who were caravan traders. Guilds continued as the major institution in the manufacture of goods and in commercial enterprise. Already we studied about guilds. Guilds is an association of people who are involved in a similar type of commercial enterprise. The traders and manufacturers of goods of a single good formed a guild. For example, if there are cotton manufacturers, if there are silk manufacturers, these cotton manufacturers would have a guild of their own. The silk manufacturers would have a guild of their own. If there are metallurgical iron implement makers, these iron implement makers would make a guild of their own. And this guild had a very important place to in the society. The Narada and Brahaspati Smritis describe the organization and activities of the guilds. Brahaspati Smriti refers to guilds rendering justice to their members and suggests that these decisions should by and large be approved by the king. Mention of the philanthropic activities of guilds, for instance, providing shelter for travelers and building assembly houses. So the guilds involved themselves in philanthropic activities. During the Gupta period, there were many ports, especially in the western coast of India, which had very brisk overseas trade. For example, Kalyana. Kalyana today it is called as Kalyan. It is very near to Mumbai, and likewise 60 kilometers south of Mumbai, you had the Chal port today, which is in ruin, um, and then the markets of Malabar. Mangarout, which is Mangalore, Salapatana, Nalopatana, Pandopatana on the Malabar coast are important trade points during the Gupta period. Likewise, in the east coast, Bengal was an important center of trade on the eastern coast and it was called as Tamarlipiti. Ports and towns connected with ports of Persia, Arabia, and Byzantium in the west. So the western ports were connected with towns of Persia, towns of Arabia, towns of Byzantium. And likewise in the east, the ports were connected with Sri Lanka, China, and Southeast Asia. The goods traded from India were rare gems, pearls, fine textiles, and aromatics. Indians imported silk and other articles from China. The Gupta period was a period of cultural flourishance. There was a lot of cultural activity during the Gupta period. The art and architecture had developed highly. There were many rocket caves and temples. Striking novelty in ornamentation of the facade and designs of the pillars in the interior. The examples of their architectural excellence lies in the fact of Ajanta and Ellora, which is found in Maharashtra, Bagh in Madhya Pradesh, Udayagiri caves in Orissa. The Ajanta caves, which are found in Maharashtra in Aurangabad district, is a group of 30 caves, 30 rock cut caves. They are Buddhist caves. These caves seems to have been excavated between 2nd century BC to 5th century BC. And these caves have paintings and rock cut sculptures. These caves are said to be built in two phases. In 2nd century BC to 4th century BC is one phase, and 4th century BC to 650 BC or 7th century BC is another phase. These caves were said to be ancient monasteries and worship halls of different Buddhist traditions carved into a 75-meter wall of rock. The present paintings and depiction of the lives of Buddha. The caves, when we go into the caves, we see the paintings the paintings on lives of Buddha. There are pictorial tales from Aryasura's Jatakamala. Rocket sculptures of Buddhist deities are there. Caves served as a monsoon retreat for monks and also resting site for merchants and pilgrims. Actually, these caves were mentioned in the memoirs of several medieval era Chinese Buddhist travelers to India and also by Mughal era official of Akbar era in the early 17th century. But later, somehow these caves were lost. The jungles. And once in the 19th century, early 19th century, Captain John Smith accidentally discovered these caves and then he brought these caves to life and then these caves were restored back to history. These caves are in the rocky northern wall of the U-shaped gorge of the river Vagur in the Deccan Plateau. The caves are either viharas or shikaras. Viharas or shikaras we know are uh, monasteries and temples of the Buddhist. Dear students, this video has been prepared with the help of the Government of Tamil Nadu history textbook for class 11. So hope this would be of great use to you to understand the Gupta period, especially the industry of the Guptas, the trade and commerce of the Guptas, the cultural fluorescence during the Gupta period.